to you from OA, Outdoor Adventure. Our mission is to get people outside. But in order to get people outside, we need an outside. So this video series, I'm going to teach you how you can do your part to preserve these outdoors we love so much. In Sammy's Sustainability Secrets, this episode, I'm going to teach you how to make a compost bin. Then I'll do a follow-up episode on starting up your compost bin and why composting is so important. So I'm going to start from scrap wood all the way to a 2-stall compost bin. Let's get started. So our neighbors were doing some construction, so we were able to get some scrap wood, which is really awesome because in the process of being more sustainable, you don't really want to use more unnecessary materials. However, it does come with a few challenges. There is some nails in the wood that we're going to have to try to get out, and we might have to do some more cutting to get those nice right angles. The other thing you have to look for is that it's heat treated, which luckily this wood says, because chemically treated wood can leach into the compost, which is not great to plant in. Now we're going to go over the tools you'll need. A hammer, a saw, clamps, a drill, a wire cutter, a staple gun, and some screws. Using the back end of the hammer as kind of like a pry tool, just prying it out. But if you can't do that, sometimes you have to use the front end to tap it forward. I'm going to measure out so that way the base is about 3 by 6 feet, and then we're going to split it in half to make 2 3 by 3 bins for the base. Okay, as you can see, I just finished the frame, which is 6 by 3 feet, and now I'm adding in some wiring so the wiring can go before the framing. So I just have a staple gun here, and I'm going to put staples every about 3 inches just to make sure that the netting's nice and tight. We just finished stapling in all the netting, so I'm surrounded by netting, and now we're drilling in the 4-foot walls in each of the corners. Okay, before moving forward, I want to do a quick review. We started with 4 boards to create the 6 by 3 base. Then we put in 4 4-foot walls, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we took wiring and cut it to the right dimensions and stapled it in, hammering the staples. Now we have a U shape that we're going to put in the middle to divide the 2 sections of the compost. Don't forget to wear sunscreen and a banana. Eat the banana. So last night it got too dark to film, but what we did was we put siding on all this to connect the walls, and we stapled the fencing to that siding, and we put in the lip. So we drilled in this piece of wood right here, so that way the door has a nice little U shape to slide right in. Alright, the compost bin is finally done. Let me take you through to some of the working parts. The door is the most complicated bit. To open up the door, you can just lift out this piece of wood and lift up the door, and it should slide right back down into place. The door is completely removable, so that way you can turn the soil, and once the compost is done, shovel the nutrients out to bring it to your garden. We also have a ceiling to try and keep flies and other critters away. It is just netting that's rolled up behind, and you can bring it down. That way it also can be rolled back when you need to turn the soil. Then in the middle here, there's also netting to split this into 2 sections. So that way you have the compost bin that you're actively adding food scraps to, and the other bin that you're just letting mature on its own while turning it, that will be ready to add to the soil. Hi, thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped you make your own compost bin. If it didn't, make sure to check out other videos on different compost bins, such as a digester, a worm bin, or a tumbler, they might fit your compost needs better. But if you're not able to make a compost bin, it's super helpful if you just freeze your food scraps and then you can bring them to a compost facility. Usually they have them at farmers markets. This prevents food scraps from going into the landfill where they will produce methane, a powerful greenhouse gas. Make sure to stay tuned for future videos. I'm going to go over what you should and shouldn't put in your compost bin, as well as how to turn your compost bin. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to check out other videos on Outdoor Adventures website. Bye!